Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys, but also for the young guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with everybody. This is video 38B. The last video was 38A because I mentioned in the beginning of that video that this was going to be a huge one. I'm showing you how to do the cur, C-R, oops, C-R-U. See this right here? And that's going to take a lot of, time. So the video, instead of being a half an hour, maybe an hour's time limit, I have to cut it up in smaller batches, okay? So right now, we're going to continue, and because we're talking about the SQL insert and update and delete stuff. So let's do that. Let's write some few code, right? First, we're going to say that $B, what is it, R2. Let's do this because this is, so we could just use that, Okay. So what I'm going to do is check the SUPERGLOBAL $get. Remember the $get? I want to check this out. So the SUPERGLOBAL keyword will be set because on that first form that we created, it's going to call this. Maybe I should have just put that first form. What did I do with it? You know something? I have it over here. Instead of using this, we're going to use this one. Was this one the point? Yeah, this is it right here. This is the form. We're going to use this one instead. Crew script. Remember, we did this one. This is when we added the global. Man, it's been 2 weeks. So I almost forgot there, So we got the form. Remember, we're going to create this form that's going to call each other out. So if we kind of do this, where is it? What should we call this? I forgot what did we call this? We called this crude script. So let's just go there. Crude script.php. That should give us, there it goes. I think I might have it over here. Let's see, this was the one that I created a long time ago, and this is what I've been trying to show you. Let me see, there's the difference between this one and this one. I guess that was the one. That's pretty good. Let's get back here, let's put that back, and let's use this one. This is what we've been doing, and this is what this is right here. It's the form, right? It's going to call each other. Every time you press these buttons, it's going to go back and call itself. And by calling itself, it'll do this, and then it'll do a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, and these are the buttons, which we'll call separate functions. And that's kind of what we are right now. So we're going to continue, right? So let's get over here. Let's do, where's my my HTTP? Maybe I should just have that one on top of each. Let's see, we have that part. We just leave it at the bottom part because that's what all the stuff is going to be. So let's just get down here, and we're going to put it right. What is this? This is a get message. That's okay. We're going to put it right here. The actual stuff that I created, which was huge. Well, we'll call that later. if I can remember. Let's do this. We're gonna do the PHP start, and that's the end, which is the closing. Okay. Then we're gonna put in here, which I started to do before a few minutes ago. We're going to assign this, right? Because we're going to use it. Keeping it real, man, no nonsense. So we're going to do this. And that's okay. We just want to keep it like that. So now we're going to check, right? So now this is the because you're going to be sending yourself some things. So we're going to check for any errors. First, we're going to do that. We're going to do that because I want to create the query string, and then and we're going to check for errors. So let's do if we're going to say is set. Oops, and then we're going to say $ get, and of course, those are arrays, and we called it, I think that's what we called it, error. And then we're going to do this, and we're definitely going to need that, of course. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put here, maybe the messages should be below it. That's okay, we just do it like that first. Depends on how I might want to put the error stuff, like maybe we'll get messages here, or maybe we'll have something pop up here. Let's see. We'll just play it by ear and see what the story is. ERR. Let's do the this, and of course, SUPERGLOBAL get. It's gonna do the E error, right? Semicolon, in case there is, right? It's gonna put it in there. So I'm using the switch statement instead of the conditional statement. Like I could have had a whole bunch of if here, else, but we're gonna use a thing called the switch. And I think I saw you what the switch statement does. And if I didn't, then I apologize. It'll come maybe in another video, more more in-depth one. But for now, we'll do this. So we're gonna say switch. What happens is this takes the place of the go, the if then type thing. So let's just do it like this. What happens is it's gonna, let's see. By the way, I wanted to share something. A lot of times we do this. See how I got this here? It's a function, right? And then you're gonna pass on something. Let's pass on the error, because I'm using this for the error stuff, which you're gonna see, which is this right here. We're gonna get an error, right? Depends, because we're gonna be sending ourselves stuff. Then this is gonna read it, and then it's it's there, and it's gonna give me whatever it is, and it's gonna come over here, or maybe up here. I don't know. We're gonna see. So we'll do this, right? And then we'll say, excuse me, guys. Then we're gonna say case number 1. This is how you write it, right? And then on the next line, we'll just say what you want to echo. Could be anything, right? PR. We're going to say insert to database. That would be the first thing we're going to do. Compete. It's successfully. That'll be okay, right? And then what we're going to do is, we don't want, how we're going to create other cases? It'll be something like this. Other cases will come up like case number 2, like that, right? And then what do? You put another message that you say echo like this. And then we just say, give it a nice little drop down, right? And then we're going to say all input form data is empty. That's just in case somebody hits the submit button and there's nothing there. But what I wanted to show you is that, let's say we wanted to insert and it went over and then you read it. It says, oh, it's number 1, right? Because that's what this is going to be. It's going to take that first one. Then what happens is it'll do this and then it'll do this and then it'll keep going down and give me another message. And if I have like 10 of them, it'll give me all the messages. So how do I avoid that from happening? Like, this is what they call a runoff when it keeps running straight down. What we're going to do is we're going to break. See, after you have done this part, that it chooses this and it gives you this message, it's going to break out of the switch. Then it continues. Otherwise, it's going to keep going. So what happens? You write it here, and you add it here. It's my stupid chair. Okay, and let's keep it over here. Nice and clean. Let me see, what else can we add? How about if we add, let's see, let's look at this for a second. Let's we're gonna add, in case we add something stupid, we'll do that. How about if there's a problem with the encryption? Because basically it's gonna use the whatchamacallit. Let's see, we're gonna come here. We're gonna say developer source code. That'll give you what this looks like. We got some stuff that was hidden that we talked about. Did we not have anything? Oh, here it goes, hidden right here. So you got this hidden, that will give you the record ID, which is okay, which is, I thought I had another one. I guess we'll do that we'll build that up then. All right, so let me see. Let's go back up here. We got to create the report JSON. We got this guy. We got this. I thought I was gonna pass in that password situation. I guess that'll come in another handy in another project that I'm gonna. I kind of snuck in. I said I was gonna only do 3. You know, this one and maybe 2 other ones, like the one for JavaScript, because I know for a fact that when you go to a job interview or if you gotta do something for, I want to be able to scroll nice and smoothly instead of using, there's 2 ways of doing it. JavaScript, you write it up, let it do its thing, or there's a new thing called CSS, and under CSS 3, that you can scroll smoothly too, with just 1 line. Thing is that not all browsers will be able to do it. Now, when this came out, it was more than 9 months ago, I think. So I'm pretty sure they already caught up, but we'll try that up anyway. So anyway, the thing is, we'll do this, and I want to add. Let me see. I want to add for encryption. Let me see if there's a problem with the format of the data. I'm going to add that. How about when we? Let me see. We're going to come here. We're going to say, well, what happens when we do this? Where's the upload? Oh, here. View. We're missing some stuff here. Yeah, this thing needs to change. This is to view, but oh yeah, this is to update. Yeah, I didn't get to finish. That's what it was. All right, we'll finish that up. Let me see what this one looks like. Oh, here we go. See the data functions. We got the search, update, delete. We never got to finish. That's what it was. You know, it took me some time to get back to this video. Let me see. Upload. We got the report. Oh, okay. We need a little space between there. We need a space there. Let me see. So we go like this. We keep that. What's that space? Let's right here. You know what I mean? So we go like this. Save it. Okay, here we go, see? Then we need, not here. Let's save this. Oh man, I don't know, man. My, oh, here we go. Fixed it up, good. So what I need to do is, well, yeah, I guess I did fix it on the last time. Let me see. This is the real one. the one that I created a long time ago, and this is the one that's we're calling this. So we did update. Okay, let's see. Let's take a quick look. Yes, yes, that's okay. Very good. So we'll do that. So when we update something, I want to see a successful message, and if we do a delete, I want to see a way successful completing this. What else can we do? Matter of fact, well, let's fix it up. Let's just add them. Let's cut and paste. I don't have to retype all this stuff. I'm going to do a few times. Let me see. We got something for, this one was for the input format. Okay, well, how about we do some of the form data is empty. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll do this. We'll make this one number 3. Then over here, we'll put this up here. I'm gonna say, but what should we do? Sorry, you have illegal insertion. Sorry, you have illegal insertion. Listen, all this stuff that you're going to learn here, you can take it with you every time, man. I'm telling you. Should we maybe line them up better? Yeah, like that. All right, let's do this. What do you think? You think I should play music in the background, guys? I think that will kind of, so you don't get bored. What do you think? Put it in the comment downstairs, right below. I don't get back. Let me see. So we got to, what is it? This should be lined up. So this should be 2, 3. This should be 4. This should be 5. I did want to mention something too that I like for best practices. I'll give you in a second. You know, when you're gonna do a command like a function like this, ba 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 boom boom. You know how I normally do this? Then I drop it down like this. Well, a lot of times this is how I always did it. But what they, to be like more clear, this is what they want. They want you to go like this. Just drop it down to, I just felt that was like a weird way. You know what I mean? Because in JavaScript, you know, every line, when they see something like this in JavaScript, the JavaScript interpreter was going to put a semicolon right afterwards. And then this is going to be left out. This error is going to come about. That's why I was always in practice of always doing this. That's why it was just a habit. And I kind of like it like this too, because it's like the same thing. Get it? But a lot of times they want you to do this. Okay, just to let you know. Oops, sorry. I'm going to spell that out. And that also goes for the if, the while, if then. I mean, it goes for all the things, okay? All the loops and all the functions. They want you to drop down like this. But I'm going to continue doing it my way. Okay, so let me see. This is, why are we, is this lined up good? Sure it is. I don't understand why it does, when you copy it over, it doesn't line it up. I think that's kind of, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, really, it's just us, it's just like it, you know. Let's do 6. What should we say in this one? What can we, that will be number, oh my god. Let's see. Boom, boom, okay. That will be number 7. We're going to say update, let me see, updated, complete, it completes successfully. do you think? Update complete. How about update completed successfully? All right, so we're gonna do this. Let's do, what would we, how about the delete? Let's move this over. Okay, boom. You know how I get to move it before? When you move it, as in when you hit the tab, it kind of moves it like this, see? But when you hit the shift key in tab, it puts it right back, it goes back. On this particular one, we could say 8 for deletion completed successfully. How about that? Deletion completed successfully. Okay. Do we have another one? Yeah, how about the JSON stuff? We'll do, let's move this over. All right, this will be number 9. And we're going to say JSON file created, because we are going to say JSON file creation, the read part. JSON file created. JSON file created. Okay, I can say successfully. All right, now we can say, what else can we say? Let's move this down. And we'll say 10. Do we need 10? Let's move this over. Let's say 10. I'm going to say your email address already exists in database. Yeah, that sounds good. Your email address already exists in database. What else do we have? Let me see. Somebody forgot to put this in there. I wanted them to come up with a message. So we'll say, how about we do this? Let's push this over. All right, I'll make that 11. And I'm going to say, you need to enter an email address in the form. You need to enter an email address in the form. I'm gonna need that. That sounds good. That's, do we need something else? Let me see. All right, we got everything really. So now let's say we got the break, right? So then what happens when none of this works? So what do? You got something called the default. So let's move on to the default. So we'll put it right here. We'll say default. See, if it doesn't work out, it just, there's nothing there. It goes to the default, which I'm spelling wrong here. Wow, that default, there you go. And then we just say nothing really. Let's do this, put it over here. We're gonna do this as a nothing. I'm gonna erase that message. All right, so we got one. Let me see, move this in. Do we have a lot of space here? Doesn't matter really. It's just for, you know, stay in practice, you know. Okay, we could do this because that belongs to the switch. This one belongs to, as you can see, this one. So we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to echo. Remember that $BR2 that we created earlier? That's the two line break, that kind of thing. So we're going to say, because we want, you know, to view the the HTML stuff, and we want to view the HTML. We want the record report. I want to be able to put in here a way of centering those messages. So we're going to do dot dollar put, which we're going to be using dollar center. That's the stuff that's going to pop right over here. So we're going to say center. Man, I should have looked at my stuff. Makes it easier. Oopsie daisy. Just gonna, I'll tell you what, we're gonna copy this and we're gonna 2 more times, or maybe 3 more times. This is for the, so when we get these weird messages, like when we get stuff like from the tables, the actual JSON stuff and all that, I want to be able to view it well, which is why we have those line breaks, and we're going to add another one behind it, right? We're going to say maybe 2 more, maybe 1. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to view these other. You're going to see what I'm talking about. We're going to, this is the record, like this. And that's, let me see. This. Should I save this? You think I'm going to get errors? Yep, but I tell you. But that's okay, that's going to come later. I'm going to be fixing that. That's alright. Because right now it doesn't know what this is. Let me see. I mean, I could put it up here as a global, but I'm not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to call this thing up, right? And it's going to go over here. Excuse me. And then we're going to add the other stuff that goes in, right? Then we're going to put in some, let's see. We're trying to get this prepared. Let me see. If I did this and I kind of did that, I would like to prepare it by putting, let me see, do I have a div up there? Yes, I do, right here. See, we need to close that div. It's by itself. We need one of these. So we're going to do this. We're going to put it underneath it because it's all going to be separate divs. I'm not told you, everything is a box. This is all going to be a box. You just don't see it that way, but the interpreter sees it that way. There you go. We got that. But plus, we're going to add something else too. We're going to say div. Let's do this. I remember I told you you should never add CSS. You should always put it like, where is it? Like right here. You know, like by linking them like that, or doing this instead. You know, style like that. But I prefer linking it to an external file. But because we're doing this and we're starting, you can do that later. See all these little stuff here, not here. Anywhere where it should, like right here, this all should be in a file that you're gonna put it up here, and it's gonna know it. So that when you use it, it's gonna do it. All right, so let's go here. We're gonna do another style for now. Yeah, right here. We're going to say I want the width. This is how you write it. I want it 35. I don't know, maybe 40%. Then we want it in the middle. So what are you gonna say? You're gonna say. I mean, you can say align. Text align and then say center, or you could do it like this. I like doing it like this. I say 0 and auto, and this will put anything, any messages that pop here, I'll keep it in the middle instead of having it like come up over here. All right, So it will be, let me see, don't forget after each rule, they call it rules, you gotta have a semicolon. That's the end, then start the new one, like that. So right here, we're going to do close it, and I'm adding some of those PHP just to print out the JSON data from the file. You know, the data3.json. You know, JSON stands for JavaScript. Let me write it up here. JSON, because I kept talking about it a few times. I don't know if I mentioned it, but JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. You're going to see that in other projects, but it's going to, when we do the encoding, JavaScript encoding, and what happens is this is just a way of, it's like a data interchange format that, you know, that PHP comes with. You know, it has like a parser that's specifically written and licensed under the PHP interpreter, and what it does that you can actually send data across the network, but it gets sent as a string, and then when it gets to the other side, it decodes it and then makes it back into what it is. It could be an object, could be an array, data. It does all important data. Stuff about money and stuff like that, you have to do it a certain way. You gotta at least, because if you're gonna be doing this in a company, pretty much like secure. But if you're doing it like as a private company that you have, you're gonna need a VPN to protect stuff. But for now, for little simple stuff, it's easy to do like this. All right, let's take this out. All right, so we're gonna add, let's see, PHP. Oh, yeah. Let me see, PHP. What is going on here? Why is not letting it do it? Why is it? Okay, so weird. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna echo some stuff. So let's echo the pre, because you're gonna get these JSON data stuff. I want to have it ready, so I'm gonna put it over here. And then what you do is you're gonna print. Remember the print R that prints out the arrays. So because JSON kind of takes an array and makes it into objects, and vice versa. So we're gonna say $JSON data. That's what we're gonna call it. I don't know, maybe JSON big D, maybe, where is it? JSON. Oh, this is what we was talking about before. I'm going to talk more about this hash a little later. This is the announce, remember I was telling you about. Puts it out there. We don't have it ready right now, but it will. So we're going to do this. We're going to print out this stuff, right? And then we're going to echo the other part. We want it to read well, so what I'll do is, let me see. So that way we don't have to, we'll cut it or do the closing. That way anything that comes afterward doesn't do what this is supposed to do. All right, so it avoids that. So now we're gonna just close it for now. I'm gonna open it up, right? And then we're gonna say, wait a minute, what's the D? We got this D here. So I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna say slash, close up that div. That's good. And then, of course, you got your body and all that. So just real quick, we kind of have reached the end of it because I'm cutting these to the third video that's going to come up, video 38C. Right now, this is 38B, so we reached the end, right? And I know I'm giving it to you a little bit at a time, but it's going to come quick. All you have to do is just follow. Once you feed one video, go to the other video like that, and then I'll have one that has the whole thing in one shot, okay? Makes it, I'll explain it to you, you can see it a little better, And then that's it. So now that we reached the end, man, listen, I hope you learned a lot of stuff. Please hit the like button and subscribe. That kind of helps grow my channel. And until next time, good night.